Hey everyone, welcome to the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up, the show where the team from UrbanVinylDaily.com goes over everything there is to know in the designer toy, art, street art, and Sofubi world. I'm your host, Travis Likens.
And I'm Ben Pierce.
And this is episode 9, which
Number nine.
Which we have entitled Evolution Number 9.
Bum bum bum. Pokemon a go-go.
Okay, how many people are playing Pokemon Go right now? We both are.
And I'm not very good at it.
And probably 3/4 of the people that I know. It's fun. Having a lot of fun with it. I know some people are annoyed with all the pictures on social media, but it's kind of addicting and it's kind of fun. So if you haven't tried it, download it. If you don't like it, delete it. Really, that's all I got to say. What do you think?
Make sure to catch some Pokemon.
Okay, so back to designer toys, back to art, back to things going on in our scene and not the video game world. Ben has the first story for the weekly wrap-up. Go for it.
First thing that we reported on earlier in the week is Pepe Hiller is releasing the droplings, I believe, today.
Yeah, they released Wednesday, so when you're watching it today, it's Thursday.
Yeah. So those are 3.5-inch figures made from a combination of Swiss woods like cherry wood, wild service wood, beech wood, and smoked oak wood.
Giving it some pretty fancy looking inlays and whatever other wood terms you want to use, but they look cool.
So there were 18 of these. I'm not sure how many of them sold during the day, but hopefully there's 1 or 2 left for those who didn't know but are watching as loyal followers of this video podcast.
That's you guys.
And maybe you over there.
All 3 of you.
Maybe someone over there. And so those are on Pepe, P-E-P-E, Hiller, HILLER.storeenvy.com.
So these look really cool. Lots of, you can really tell he put a lot of work into making these guys. If you've seen his figures before, his woodwork is, pretty exceptional, and he always creates cute little characters. So hopefully if you want one of these, you can grab them. If not, make sure to keep watching Pepe Hiller on Instagram, and, maybe you'll have one in the future.
And not use us as your only source of information on this.
Yeah, that's because we are a little late because we only record once a week. So, but coming up next, we have some information on something that you could possibly purchase yourself. Miscreation Toys has the latest colorway of their Autopsy Baby. Autopsy Zombie Staple Baby, as some of you may know it by. But this clear green edition, which has been called the Wildfire Edition, will be limited to it didn't say what it's going to be limited to actually, but they should be about $125 and releasing on July 15th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on autopsybaby.storeenvy.com. And it's a clear green piece. I'm assuming maybe in reference to the movie that's releasing on Friday there.
You know what happens when you assume.
Yeah, we assume. But it is a kind of a Slimer looking color. Clear green. Pretty cool looking.
I don't get the wildfire.
Yeah, I don't either.
Called Slimer. The Slimer edition.
That would have been cool. That would have been a cool title for
it. The green Jello edition.
But it's a really cool looking release. I mean, if you like clear vinyl, it's always cool to see a clear piece. Maybe some people take it apart and fill it full of stuff, like make it look
Jello.
Jello. Make a Jello, reverse Jello mold out of it. I don't know, but if you want to grab them, make sure to head over to autopsybaby.storeenvy.com, and you will be able to get one for your collection. So, I don't know. Maybe you'll be the lucky one. Maybe not. Who knows?
Something else you won't miss, thanks to our Delta in reporting, is the Hazabaz ice cream figure that I think there's only one of them.
Yep.
She didn't really let on if there were more, but those are available.
And it's called Scoops.
Today, which is July 14th.
Yep.
At, I believe, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She said it is 8 p.m. British Standard Time.
Yep. GMT, I believe that is.
I think she called it BST since
maybe it's BST because it's summer and whatnot. Yeah.
Daylight savings time.
But the figure features a cool ice cream sculpted cone head, right? And it's painted and
not to be confused with Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, not to be confused with Dan. But I like it a lot. It's a cute figure. Not a lot else to say about it except go grab it.
very appropriate for summer. It's hot in
Yeah,
this recording studio.
It's really hot in our recording studio. Help us get air conditioner. Donate to us.
Or if you live near us, you can hold a fan. Just
Yeah,
give
just
us
keep
a
it
breeze.
moving. But if not, we'll just keep providing you the news. So the next thing we have on our list actually comes to us from Kid Robot, and it is not about San Diego Comic-Con.
Say what?
They announced today that they are picking up a license. I know some of you are going to go, "Ugh, license, here we go." But this is a license that we haven't seen a ton of. So it's not Street Fighter.
Sesame Street.
It's not Sesame Street.
Is it Beavis and Butthead?
It is not Beavis and Butthead. Think video games from the 90s.
Mortal Kombat.
Not Mortal Kombat.
Mario. Paperboy.
No,
Duck Hunt.
I think Paperboy was actually from the 80s, as well as Duck Hunt. But anyway, Sega is celebrating the 25th anniversary of one blue hedgehog named Sonic.
Tails.
No, that's his friend.
Knuckles.
He actually might be included in this, though. Actually, both of them might be.
Dr. Eggman.
Because they announced that they will have blind box series along with a keychain series and medium-sized figures, all inspired by the legacy that is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Collect them rings.
Yeah, collect them rings. They alluded to that this will be a winter release, but I'm sure we will be getting some previews and things from like distributor magazines and stuff like that long before winter. What do you think of Sonic as a designer toy, art toy / licensed toy coming from Kid Robot? What do you think, Ben?
I think I kind of suspect this might have been in the works a little bit, assuming that they talked to Capcom, milked Street Fighter for a while, and obviously I don't think Nintendo is going to budge on Mario.
No, because they got that World of Nintendo that they're doing with, cannot remember the name of the company at the moment, but Jack's Pacific, that's the name of it. So I don't really see them offering up a whole lot more licenses out to like another toy company.
Obviously with Nintendo, that'd be like Zelda. They're not going to play Zelda. So you got Sonic.
The reason I like this license for Kid Robot is because it's something a little different than we've seen. You don't see a lot of Sonic stuff being licensed out anymore. So to me, it's kind of cool to see it, being revived and being brought out. I do suspect that if they're licensed to Kid Robot, that they may be setting up shop with other companies like Funko and stuff like that as well. But I'm excited to see what they do with this. I'm excited to see a blind box series tied around it. And this is a license that I'm okay with. I'm not always okay with the licenses they choose, but this one I'm okay with.
I imagine we might see something at Designer Con if Kid Robot shows up.
Yeah, they said winter. So Designer Con would fall within winter. So they might have like a special release or a pre-release or something there. I kind of suspect this is just Travis thinking out loud, but I kind of suspect Designer Con will be where they focus on the art toy. So it looks like Comic-Con this year really is focusing on the licensed side of Kid Robot. So we have a lot of stuff from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think there was a Street Fighter thing. Mm-hmm. There is the Bugs Bunny that Jason Freeney did, the Adventure Time stuff. All that stuff is pretty much licensed. The only thing that's really I saw that's not is the
Labbit
Barbarian, and then the prints they're releasing and having the signings associated with, and the Josh Mayhem stuff that they're doing. So I think they're really focusing on licensed product. So I think Designer Con will be where they really focus on art toy and releasing something special for Designer Con. So we'll see. That's just me. I don't work for Kid Robot. They don't tell me anything. That's just me talking out loud. So don't quote Travis anytime soon.
So Kid Robot, if you want to tell us something, we'll keep your secret.
urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com. So, but that wraps up the Sonic coverage. We'll see what happens with it. Ben, you want to take over the next piece there?
So next item that releases on Friday is from Amanda Louise Spade. Too many names altogether.
Fellow Ohioan.
Amanda Louise Spade is releasing the pea soup version of the pipsqueaks. So on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Amanda Louis Spade will launch the new colorway that is 2¼ inches tall at bindlewood.com.
Yeah, so that's the place where you can grab most products from Chris Reniak and Amanda Louis Spade. The colorway, it's like a yellowish pea color.
Even though pea's usually green, but
yeah, I don't, it's like a yellowish greenish color. I don't know. It's cool. If you like those resins, I'm sure it's right up your alley.
see,
Cool.
folks, that he's getting to us, so we can't talk.
Yeah, we can't talk. It's really hot in here. But if that's your kind of thing, I would say make sure to head over there and grab it because these will probably not last very long. I haven't seen any of them last very long. That's all I got to say. Grab it, buy it, own it,
Work it,
work it. Next up,
pop it, twist it, pull it.
Next up on the wrap up, we have information coming our way from China. Yeah, China. The artist Kirjun, I think that's how you say it. Kirjun, one of those two, is releasing the first lottery information regarding his new Freddie Effin, which that's not the word, but that's how we wrote it. Effin Rock. This piece is actually kind of like a rock-looking, nag-looking kind of figure, and looks pretty cool. Actually, he's with this first release. What he's doing with it is it will be a lottery release that will be taken care of through Instagram. I know, strange, but it's a good way to get in contact with him. You'll want to head over to @Kirjun, that is KEARJUN on Instagram, and send him a message via the message function within Instagram. And while you're there, make sure to, in the message, include your name, phone number, shipping address, postal code, and your PayPal email.
And social security number and maiden's maiden name.
Yes, and the little code on the back of your credit card. But if you're a winner, if you win, you'll end up owing $120 plus shipping, and he will notify winners. He didn't say within a certain amount of days, but I'm sure it's within 4. That's usually the standard for these. So good luck to everybody who is entering that. It's a really cool looking figure. It features kind of like a red and black kind of edition. Really shows off the sculpting work that really gives it that rock texture. So cool looking piece. Good work. And that's it for toy news this week. That's it.
Be on the lookout for a very specific SDCC version that we are going to bring to you because we love hearing ourselves talk and thought you deserve to have everything all in one spot.
Or at least everything that we wrote down.
So if we didn't write it down.
Or it hasn't happened at time of recording. But we are going to move into our Throwback Thursday toy review of the week.
Bum, bum, bum.
You want to grab it, Ben? I'll start moving things. Okay, so.
Originally, we were going to have a different one.
But it didn't work out.
But it broke. We're not going to name any names or name any figures.
It broke on the way here, so we had to grab a second figure. But it works out well. Teddy Troop. You may remember these from approximately 2008, 2009, maybe somewhere in there. I'm not exactly sure. But this one is Flying Fortress and Buff Monster working together to create the Buff Monster edition. So the figure features a removable helmet. So you can have it kind of like sitting off to the side or together, you know. Pretty cool piece. Features, you know, kind of stereotypical Buff Monster artwork from the time frame. You know, features the little cherries on the front, the faces, his signature.
Nipple on the top.
Yeah, the boob-shaped nipple thing on the top. Figure stands about 10 inches tall, ran about $80 back in the day, which that's not bad for a 10-inch figure.
A little bit on the high end, I think, for 2007, 2008,
No,
2009.
the rule of thumb is about $10 per inch, so it's under that. So,
Is that how much you charge?
yeah, $10 per inch. So,
And from what we found, 400 of these were made.
yeah, so there's 400 of these floating around if you didn't pick one up back in the day. Probably can find them on eBay or whatnot. I mean, for a figure that's been floating around for 7 years or so, it's not doing too bad. Vinyl's not separating or anything like that. Um, got a couple little spots, but I mean, it's been in my collection on a shelf for a long time, so that's bound to be expected. Um, Again, this is really just to kind of expose people that may have, came into the toy scene in the past 4 years or 2 years or 1 year. So it's really just to kind of expose people to toys that have been around in the scene, and at the same time give us something to talk about, because we don't always have some new stuff to talk about. But
So I wonder if we hold this up to the camera and this ends up on Instagram, if there'll be a censor bar or they'll take the image down. See? Wiggly boob.
I doubt it. But anyway, I like the figure. I was always a fan of the different versions. If you don't like Buff Monster, there are plenty of other artists that Flying Fortress worked with to create more Teddy Troops. So, and this figure came in different sizes as well. There's a 3-inch or 4-inch, I believe, and then the 10-inch, and I think there's even an 8-inch because I have a smaller one. So there's different sizes, there's different artists, there's blank ones, there's custom shows that happened, all kinds of stuff back in the day with the Teddy Trooper. And we believe there's even a new version when we found some 2016 version of the Teddy Troop. So keep peeled. Maybe we'll have more information as we find it out.
Or maybe the website was just labeled wrong.
Or that. Or it could have just been something labeled wrong. I don't know. We don't do a lot of research anymore. So
that's why we need an intern.
Yeah, we need an intern. So, I mean, keep an eye out. Google Buff Monster on eBay. You might find something. Just look for Teddy Troop on eBay. You'll find all kinds of stuff. So if you like what you see, check it out. I don't know. I guess we'll move on now.
Now we're on to art news. The first piece dropped today, I believe. Yesterday, when we were coming up with show notes, it was 15 hours till. So I imagine it's today.
Yep.
So Scout 1 and 1X Run debuted the Phase 1 print that is 24 inches, so 2 feet, by 13 inches, in addition to 50 and $75 each. And so I think this encapsulates Scout's new way with like dribble style, like as like a water drop, along with a bunch of multimedia looking waves and shapes and stuff in it.
Yep. And it's brightly colored. At least hopefully.
It is. I think it's reds and blacks and yellows.
It's got a whole bunch of colors on it. So it's pretty cool looking print. Did you say the edition size?
50.
50. Yeah.
50.
Yeah. 50 pieces. That's a pretty good size. If you're watching this now, I would definitely make sure to head over to One Run site because it's Sket and it's One Run. So there's a good chance it may not still be available. Right. So you're going to want to get it now. Or at least within like the next 20, 30 minutes.
Right now.
So continuing on, we have some information, no real information, just teasers really, that the artist Buff Monster has some new enamel pins. Art News should be renamed Pin News because it seems like every week we have something about a pin in this section. But
or we should take bets on who's going to make a pin next.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too. Buff Monster has 3 new designs coming out. One of which is the classic skull that he uses, but it has a knife through it. Another one is the Days Off tombstone. So death to days off, I guess is what's going on there. And then another one is a Smurf in his like melty style. So like the melty Misfits, it's that, but a Smurf. Pretty cool.
I bet the next artist we see with pins is Sucklord.
Maybe it'll be Sucklord. It's Sucklord. Look for more information in our San Diego Comic-Con episode on that.
What? I was right.
Yeah. So Buff Monster, though, no details on a release yet. Check out @Buff Monster on Instagram, and that'll give you a chance to see when he's actually going to release them or if there's going to be more of them. We don't know yet. So keep watching Buff Monster on Instagram. And Ben, continue on with event
Events.
news.
So our first event comes from Whoop Air, and it is the Baby Fats show that opens on July 30th. We got a little press release, so stare at my forehead while I read it. The artist list includes Angel Once, Jay Fury, Candy Bolton, Mike Dye, Valley Dweller, Tyler Ham, who you may know from the Marsham Toy Hour podcast, Ian Zimbrowski, and many, many more. So the crux is, what do you get when you combine hope, change, acceptance, love, and positivity?
I don't know, Ben. What?
Read on. You get Baby Fats, the world's first dragon. I don't know about that. There's Smaug and other ones, but
This is the first one, though.
we'll buy into the premise that this is the world's first dragon. This cute little baby dragon is the first production piece by the artist named Big C. Big C has put together a very talented roster of artists to customize his Baby Fats resin sculpture for his show at Whoop Air Gallery in San Francisco. Please join us at Whoop Air on Saturday, July 30th, 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific time, for their opening reception featuring one-of-a-kind pieces, exclusives, snacks, most importantly snacks, entertainment, and a wonderful crowd, and plenty of Baby Fats. I guess they have a Whoop Air exclusive edition of 5 for $60. And it's the bone colorway.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's like a yellowish white, off-white color. I don't know.
Whatever color bones are.
These the figures did pretty well when they had a show recently at Rotofugi. I know the exclusive colorway is sold out. They are produced by Mana, from what I understand, and the resin looks really good on them. So if you like the character, get to this show. I'm sure these artists are going to do a bang-up job. There's a ton of people that we didn't mention involved in this. Those were just ones that stuck out to us.
And they paid us money to mention them.
They didn't pay us money, but if
They
you
paid
would
me.
if you would like to, we do have a PayPal. But anyway, no, it looks like it's going to be a good event. Whoop Bear always does a pretty good job with their shows. So hopefully if you're in the area, you will check it out. I don't know. But final event for the week, and it's awesome. It's next week. So you better get ready. Some of you might be going, some of you might be wanting to go, and some of you will be there and you don't want to. What could I possibly be talking about?
Brat, brat. Countdown to Comic-Con.
Why do you keep stealing that from that other internet show?
Actually, I combined two.
Yes, you did. But anyway, so this July, what is it? 20th? Yeah, 20th through the 24th. So next week,
Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con will be taking over San Diego because the Comic-Con has expanded
Into the ocean.
not into the ocean, but they might be soon. Outside, there's plenty of events going on outside of Comic-Con, such as the Skeletor's Lair, the Paul Kaiju show with Moana Spoons at Gunzo. Sure, there's tons of other stuff that I didn't just mention, but within the con, there's all the usual suspects like DKE, Kid Robot, Giant Robot, 3D Retro, October Toys, Scott Tullison, and all kinds of people that I'm not going to mention right now. You'll have to check out our San Diego Comic-Con special edition of the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up, which will come on probably over the weekend, maybe early next week, just depending on when we decide to release it. In that show, we will make sure to include tons of details on everything that we found interesting going on at San Diego Comic-Con and a bunch of stuff that we don't know about yet. So we're not going to say we're going to get everything that's going on there, but we will get everything we know about now. And you'll have to check the blog, urbanvinyldaily.com, to catch any updates that happens between approximately now, Thursday, and next Wednesday. So, but
You know what? Something we haven't heard about recently? Luna. I bet people are wondering what happened to Luna.
yeah,
What's happening to Luna?
Luna, you may know, is a toy that UVD Toys teamed up with the bots to release on Kickstarter back in February. And we were successfully funded. Thank you, everyone. All 138 of you. Um, and since then, we've been working with factories and print shops and all kinds of places to get all the rewards produced. We are finally to an exciting point where we have a test pull. And if you don't know about test pulls, they don't necessarily make them in the color that you're trying to make. So we got really lucky. They happened to be working in glow in the dark that day, and they produced a glow in the dark version of Luna for our test.
Could our fans hope to have that given away?
Probably not, because
sorry, I was pulling for you guys.
because I'm a little selfish, and this is our first toy, and I would kind of like to keep it. Sorry, guys, but
I tried for you guys. I'm sorry.
look at it. It's green and bright and shiny. You can see it in the picture now. It's really exciting that we finally have this test. I will say that this doesn't mean we're going into production full on yet. We are going to request the figure be mailed to us so that we can see it in person and probably show it to you right here on the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up. And give us a chance to review it and make sure everything is up to snuff. We really want to put out a high quality vinyl piece for you guys. So we aren't going to take any kind of flack or, we're going to make shortcuts. We really want to make sure that it is up to snuff with how we want it. And the week or so that it's going to take for it to be shipped to us is, in our opinion, well worth, getting this product to you guys. And it was planned in our original schedule that this would happen. So we're not going to get behind or anything by this, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that. From the photo, we do see one thing we're interested in. They used a piece of wire, it appears, to hang the lanterns. That is not what we intend for that to be. So I'm working with the factory to make sure that that was just to show us how they're going to hang them, not, what they're planning to use as the final product for that.
And also by our good quality control, you can have a good experience. And people who like to point out the negative, other shows, other entities, will give you nothing to talk about other than positive things.
Yeah. Unless you just don't like it, then you'll have tons of negative things to say. But also, we have molds. So as a part of this process, they obviously had to mold Luna to make one. So they sent us photos of the molds that we are sharing with you now. And it's just kind of cool for those people that like to see how their toys are made. This is it. The ones that are kind of 3D looking, those are the metal rotocast molds. So that's where Luna and her feet will be made. And then the other picture that we're showing here shows the injection mold. So that's where the plastic that creates the antlers and the lanterns will actually be injected in there to create the harder plastic for those antlers and lamps. So if you like molds and things like that, this is cool. So we hope that you enjoy the project. We hope you enjoy our updates. We hope that you are as excited about this product as we are. But I want to give you a little more information about where we're at and what this means. So approximately 1 week from when we get this figure, they can start production. So from there, we approve it. Everything looks good. We give them all our comments. If there's any changes, they incorporate that. And then they start full on producing these figures. They estimate that it'll take approximately 60 days or so to produce all of the figures. From there, then we will have a shipping party come and pick it up or, take it to the shipping area that will then be put on a boat.
Oh, I thought you were promising me a pizza party for a shipping party.
A shipping party. But it'll be on a boat and it'll make its journey across the ocean there. And then from there, it'll go to our distributor and then we'll get the pieces and we will...
As in he and I.
We'll ship them out to all of you.
We'll lick all the adhesive, put on the stamps, Handwrite the addresses.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Ben.
I don't want to keep that one.
So that's where we're at. We're still a long ways before you guys are going to get it in your hands. But based on all estimates from the factory, we still should be shipping in the fall timeframe. So we're still on track at the moment, pending any major disasters in the factory or shipping. So just wanted to keep you up to date. We'll have more information maybe in the next week or so. We'll actually have the test pull to show you guys here on the show. So keep tuned. Stay tuned. Luna is coming. Hashtag Luna Kickstarter. But that kind of wraps up the weekly wrap up for this week. What do you think, Ben? Exciting week for news?
Yeah. For those who have followed us since episode 1, we did a bear rating system.
Yep.
I think for today's, we're going to do a sweat droplet. So out of 5, there's some marks on the table.
Yeah, my paper's a little wet too.
Some sweat on my brow. My shirt's so wet. So I'll call this a 4.5 out of 5 sweat droplets.
So, but if you want to keep up with us and our sweat, not really our sweat, but designer toys in general, you can always check us out on urbanvinyldaily.com, where we keep you up to date with the regular posting that we do on the blog. You can also follow us on Instagram at urbanvinyldaily, Twitter at urbanvinyldaily. Follow us on or subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/urbanvinyldaily. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, by searching for the Token Nerd Network.
And if you want to learn about our sister station that Travis is on, token_nerd
on Instagram and Twitter. So, and if you subscribe to the iTunes, I sound like I'm
the only iTunes.
If you subscribe to iTunes under Token Nerd Network, you will actually get both Token Nerd and the UVD Weekly Wrap Up and any special episodes that we do as well. So
For the low price of free.
And straight to your phone. You can just listen to us and not have to look at us sweating.
That'd be the better option.
Yeah. And you don't have to even pay extra money for that. It's still free.
Win-win for you. Don't look at us. Don't watch us sweat. Just listen to our smooth voices.
Ooh. I don't know how smooth it is anymore because we still can't talk very well. But if you want to help out with that, you can donate.
Clothing.
By heading over to urbanvinyldaily.com on your desktop or laptop and clicking the banner that says donate to us with a PayPal logo. We do accept any donation, $1, $5. If you really want to get crazy and give us $10, it really goes a long way to helping us keep the show going, keep the blog going, and for us to be able to attend events and things like that. It really helps out getting us there and making sure we're able to provide content, keeps our mics on.
Even though this is ironic since we're sweating, we've kind of run dry on t-shirts.
Yeah, you could also be a t-shirt sponsor if you would like. We'll wear the t-shirt, talk about your brand. Just send any of those kind of requests over to urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com, where you could also send comments, if you want to have your product reviewed, or anything else that you would just like to say to us. Fan mail, we'll read it. Whatever you want us to do. urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com.
I'd even be willing to accept a trucker hat to keep the sweat out of my face.
So, but really that wraps up the show. We're just kind of lingering on here now. As always, I'm Travis.
I'm Ben.
And have a great designer toy day.
And it's a wrap.
Hey everyone, this is Travis Likens from Token Nerd Podcast, and I'm here today to tell you something about sponsorship. That's right, Token Nerd now has a sponsor. The fine folks at TenaciousToys.com, your source for designer toys, pop vinyl, original art, and more, are now our sponsor. And guess what? As a part of that, you can get 10% off your next order at TenaciousToys.com by entering the code TOKEN10 at checkout. That's right, 10% off. And not only are they giving you this code, They're also going to be sponsoring many of our Token Nerd giveaways in the next coming months. So make sure to follow us at token_nerd on Instagram to catch our latest giveaways.